Hey, everybody. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. My name is Dr. Chris, and I am a wife, a mom of three, and a chiropractor specializing in pediatrics in Los Angeles. And I'm also an aspiring silver leader with Young Living Essential Oils. So thank you so much for joining me tonight for this All Things Thieves class. This is a huge step in a journey to wellness, and a lot of people don't realize how big of a step, but hopefully you will by the end of this class. It's enhanced my life, and I think it can change your life too. So here's the thing, right? If you're joining me live, and if you are, by the way, say hi. If you have a question, certainly jump in and just type it in the chat, and I will do what I can to answer. But we are in the second week of a lockdown due to a viral pandemic caused by COVID-19. So if you're watching this live, you for sure know it because you're living it. And if you are not and you're watching it later, hopefully things have passed and our country is either back on its feet or back to normal or whatever that's going to look like. But right now we're in the midst of it all, and it's a bit crazy. But here's a good thing, right? We can stay connected through our technology, which is brilliant. Thank goodness for that. So many blessings in this time. And one of them is the blessing of the things that we can do. So fear is rampant because people are confined to their homes. There's uncertainty. We don't really know what's going on. Most people don't understand even what viruses are and how they work in the body. So it's just kind of going on like, this thing that's invading and, there's nothing I can do about it. But hopefully by the time we finish here, you're going to be more empowered about the things that you actually can do. So our country has come to a standstill. Restaurants, gyms, and all other non-essential businesses have been closed down. And we're trying to minimize contact they're calling it flattening the curve for the spread. And so what they're trying to do is limit the amount of cases so that our system isn't overloaded, right? People are feeling helpless. They're turning to experts for what to do. And basically right now we're being told to stay away from one another, wash our hands, disinfect, and that's about it. That's it. So unfortunately, what's happened is people are going overboard for things that we should have been doing anyway. Now we're going overboard. And before we had the quarantine I do aerial arts and we have mats. And after the class, everybody was spraying all these chemicals on the mats and I couldn't even breathe. I had to leave. It was overboard. It was overkill. Yes, we need to keep things clean. But the use of these toxic chemicals anyway on a daily basis is creating overload on our systems. And then when we use them too much, it's going to have the potential to actually depress our immune systems and create a toxic overload in our bodies, which will break our bodies down and we'll have more long-term problems. So we don't want to just, go crazy in one area and actually forget this is about the bigger picture. This is about sustainability and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. This crisis has come. We're in it. I get it. But the crisis is going to end at some point. And we want to make sure that what we're doing now is sustainable for when it finishes so that we can be healthier and happier, not be drained, depleted, and toxic, right? So I'm here today talking to you because I believe I may have the answer that you're looking for if you are interested in living above the wellness line and taking control of what you can do in your life. So save toxin-free household and body care products that can help keep you and your environment clean without poisoning your immune, endocrine, respiratory, and detoxification systems is what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to be sharing my story in a second, but for now, I want to just kind of look at some numbers which can help put our current situation in a bit of perspective. Now, I am not downplaying what's going on right now. And for the people that it's affecting, absolutely, it is certainly real. But I want to put these numbers in perspective so that you can see this is actually something that is more prevalent and really it's more pertinent to how we are living our lives on a day-to-day basis. So, the estimated numbers of new cancer cases in the US that's projected for 2020 is 1.8 million cases. In case you didn't know, in the US, there are 30, God, I'm going to just mess this up. I hate saying numbers, but here we go. 327.2 million people live in the US as of 2018. It's probably more now, and you probably got a census thing, so we'll get updated numbers, but we're just going to use 327.2 million people in the US, okay? So of that amount, an estimated of 1.8 million cases new cases are going to be diagnosed this year. Of those new cases, there's going to be 606,520 cancer deaths. Sorry, it's going to be a couple of numbers. Bear with me. We're going to get into the meat of this in a second. So the rate of new cancer cases in the US projected this year is going to be 0.55%. That's a lot. That's 0.55% of our population. To put that even more into perspective, 1,685 people are going to die every single day from cancer in the United States. 1,685. I want to put that in perspective of what our current situation is. Okay? So to date, 515 people have died from the coronavirus in the United States. So the first case was on January 21st, 2020. That was 10 weeks ago. That's 70 days. So if we look at the average, that is making it 7.36 people per day on average have died of the coronavirus thus far in the US. The maximum deaths in China so far is 3,277. And the number of cases have been declining. So this is on the decline. So even if that number rises a bit, it's not going to go much higher. So if we look at that, 3,277 deaths in China so far, maximum deaths, that's approximately 2 days worth of deaths from cancer in the United States. All right. I don't want to beat this, down and really kind of get down in the dirt with it, but I think it's important to know these numbers because cancer is the number 2 killer in the United States. Heart disease is number 1. The other thing going on is the assault on our immune system. So in 2005, according to the National Institutes of Health, up to 23.5 million Americans suffer from an autoimmune disease. That's over 7% of the US population. And that prevalence is on the rise. So that was 2005. It's greater now. I'm also seeing more autoimmune disease in children lately. And I've been doing this for 30 years. So where I never used to see autoimmune disease in kids, I'm seeing it more and more. What is going on, right? What is going on? So that's 7% of the US population. That's huge. Endocrine disorders within the US, the prevalence estimates of at least 5% in adults. That was 2009 numbers, especially diabetes and blood sugar disorders. And about 10% of women, which is 6.1 million women in the United States, age 15 to 44, have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant, according to the CDC. And that was just last year. I have definitely seen a rise in that since fertility is a little bit of a subspecialty. All right, so what am I trying to say here? We have had an epidemic of chronic disease in the US for years and years. That's making millions, not hundreds, millions of Americans sick. with cancer being the number 2 cause of death. So it's getting worse. The numbers are getting larger. Yet nobody seems to be paying attention to this, right? Nobody's up in arms. We're not hearing about this. It's not on the news every day, is it? We're not, you know, pounding on the streets, pounding on the doors, going, what is happening here? Why is cancer on the rise? Why is autoimmune disease on the rise? Why are these things on the rise? We still allow companies to put known toxic chemicals in the things that we use on a daily basis in our life to clean our homes and our bodies. We allow our children to be exposed to these. Over 200 chemicals were found in newborns in their umbilical cords in a 2009 study. Even DDT, which was banned decades before, but this stuff is sticking around and it's accumulating in our bodies. And guess what? It accumulates at a greater rate in children because their bodies are smaller. So whatever they take in, it's going to be more and more concentrated. It's crazy. The National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health studied 2,983 ingredients in our products at home and found 884 toxic ingredients. 314 caused biological mutations, 218 caused reproductive problems, 146 they knew caused cancerous tumors but were allowed in the United States even though they were banned in other countries around the world. There's also another issue here where we have grandfathered in chemicals that had been in use. So once they started creating all these policies for toxic chemicals, it was like, oh, well, this chemical is here, we've been using it, so they're just sort of grandfathered in. Crazy. So it's about time that we become the gatekeepers of what we allow into our homes for our health and the health of our families. We have to take control. This is the thing that we can control. We can't control what goes on out there, but we can control what makes it into our house. So I promise you, I'm going to get to all the thieves. This is sort of the backstory. I just want to share a little bit of a story, what occurred with me. This was in my late 20s. It was before I started using Young Living products. But it was one of those things, what's gone on in my life. I haven't grown up with chiropractic. I didn't grow up with natural products per se. So it's been an evolutionary learning process for me, and I'm still learning, and I love it because there is so much to learn. But it was in my late 20s. I got pregnant right after chiropractic college. So I got pregnant after college. I took my boards when I was 5 months pregnant, had my child, and then started my practice. So I was about 2 years into my practice, and my daughter was 2. And we moved into our new home. Now, we were super excited because the house that we still live in, our real estate agent showed it to us, and it was just way out of our price range. Like, forget it. I was kind of mad that she showed it to us because I'm like, great, this is the house we love and we can't afford it. And now everything else that you show us is just, it's going to be like, yeah, whatever. So my husband kept coming back, and we just couldn't afford it, but he kept coming back to the house. We talked to the neighbors, and believe it or not, this house fell out of escrow five times until the price got low enough that somehow we had a magical mortgage broker who, I don't know how she did it. She got us a loan. Okay. And it's amazing. I love our house. So, we were moving in, it was raining super hard. I came to the house while a friend of mine was helping us move, and my husband was doing a lot of the moving. And I wanted to get my daughter's room set up because I wanted her to have her bed and get sort of settled in. So that was important to me. So I cleaned her room and got her bed set up. And then I went into the kitchen and I was getting things set up there, and I was in cupboards and I was cleaning. Now, I don't know at that time what I was using for cleaning. I would like to believe I wasn't using super toxic stuff, but I can't remember how clean it was. But it was stuff I had been using anyway, so I know it wasn't just what my products I was using, right? But the next day, my ankle hurt. I was hobbling around. I'm like, what the heck? Did I just like twist this or something in the move? How weird. Okay. The next day, my other ankle started hurting me. And then I was like, what the heck? Okay, sprains don't travel. This is really crazy. What the heck is this? And then my forearms and wrists, the whole body started hurting. And I was in agony and I had to wrap my arms up to go in to my office and adjust patients. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Okay. And remember, I was just new to my practice. I was just getting going. And of course, I know so much more now than I did then. But it's funny how things happen that start to open up our eyes and kind of open us up to different possibilities, which is probably why I do integrative care, because I was renting space out of another doctor's office, and he knew a chiropractor who did basically integrative care or medicine. And I had lab results run. I ordered them that didn't show up any arthritides. And everything was essentially normal, except my triglycerides were really low. So the problem with labs is that you can look at them and the range is like this because they're looking at people coming in with a wide variety of problems. So when I look at them, I'm looking like this. I want optimal. Okay. So he looked at them and the thing came out, you have a prodromal liver issue. It's like, whoa, and take all these supplements. It was like a bucket full, right? But as soon as I started taking those supplements that help support my body and obviously my liver and all my systems, I started feeling better. So I had felt literally, I would tell people I feel like I'm 100, and I want to revamp that now because I do plan on living past 100, and I don't want to feel like that when I am 100. But my basic tenet was I felt feebled. I couldn't do anything. And it's because my system had become poisoned by whatever chemicals that they had sprayed in this house or used in this house. And I exposed myself to them unknowingly. And that was an eye opener that, whoa, my body, which essentially was healthy, was overburdened by these toxic chemicals. And then by supporting my system, I was able to help my body heal itself. I shudder to think if I continued with the medical paradigm, what would have happened, because a lot of times they'll chase symptoms, right? So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that looking at what you're being exposed to in your life, all the chemicals that you're being exposed to is important, because these things will add up. And it's sort of like that proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back, right? We don't know when that final straw is going to come on there. What is it going to take to push your body over that limit until you start exhibiting symptoms like joint pain or other things? There's so many things that can occur. The sky's the limit when it comes to that. And as I said with kids, their tolerance is even less. So since then, I have definitely been on a mission to find the cleanest, least toxic products to use in my home and on my family and my bodies, because chemicals absorb into our skin in seconds. So it's even worse than eating something, right? We go out and get organic food. Great. I mean, we have other ways to process it. I still eat organic. And then people are putting toxic chemicals all over their bodies, all over their face, and that's getting absorbed directly into your bloodstream. It's nuts. It's crazy. So I didn't discover Thieves until I found out about Young Living about 4.5 years ago. But since then, basically, it's all about the thieves. So now let me tell you all things Thieves, right? So Young Living has their line of Thieves products, which contain the signature Thieves blend of 5 essential oils: clove, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So if you are wondering how some plant juice can help with cleaning and helping support your body systems, we have to go back to the history, to the story of Thieves. And how appropriate is this, right? Because right now we're in this time of what's happening with the COVID-19 virus. And the story goes with thieves is that there were thieves. Now, some say 4, some say 40. We don't know how many thieves there were. Who cares? But the idea is that they were robbing plague victims that were dead or dying. Now, they didn't want to get the plague while they were robbing them. So what they would do is they would apply oils to their body because they knew that these oils had properties to help protect them. And so the story goes on that when they were coming to trial, they said to them, your sentence will be lessened if you tell us your secret to what you've used. And so they divulged their secret. Who knows if they were spared, right? But Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, looked at these reported herbs and oils used by thieves and also plague doctors and also priests of the time. So different groups had their different costumes, so to speak, right? And what he determined was the most effective oils were clove, cinnamon, lemon, and rosemary. And he added eucalyptus to the blend to support respiratory function. So let's go over each of those in more detail. So clove is the #1 immune support essential oil. It has the highest ORAC value of over 1 million. And ORAC is the term used to describe the antioxidant activity of a food. And normally we think of blueberries as being with a high antioxidant level. And blueberries have about a 5,000 ORAC value. Clove has over 1 million. Crazy. So lemon does a whole bunch of things, but for the purpose of this Thieves blend, it helps support healthy circulation. So to make sure your body's getting nutrients and disposing of waste and toxins, you want to make sure your circulation is the best it can be. Cinnamon helps to balance blood sugar, which helps to control your weight. And fat is where we store our toxins. So when you lose weight, you can also help release your stored toxins. Eucalyptus supports your respiratory system, and this helps you with your immune support. And this is important because your lungs deliver oxygen into your bloodstream. Rosemary is a good partner with eucalyptus because rosemary keeps your internal body processes working more smoothly. And as oxygen goes up, inflammation goes down. So all of the Thieves household and body care products contain these wellness promoting essential oils to help us support us while they clean. So there's 5 uses that you can do with the Thieves essential oil. And here's my house bottle, right? So first of all, you can put some on your feet and spine for immune support. Dilute it with coconut or olive oil if you're putting on kids or using Young Living's V6 carrier oil. There's a Thieves Vitality, which is for internal use, and you can do that for the same reason. And you can do that in a capsule and put in some carrier oil into it too to help support your immune system. Add a drop of Thieves Vitality to your toothpaste or put the Thieves in a diffuser to have a spicy blend and to help freshen the air. It also, because it has clove in it, it also has a numbing effect, so you can use it if you have if you have teeth that you want to soothe. So anybody here remember Mr. Yuck? I don't know if that's still applicable. So when I was a kid, it was a sticker that we would bring home and your mom would put it on the chemicals that were poisonous. So it's supposed to let us know not to drink it, right? These are the same things that mom used to mop the floor with, that we walk barefoot on, and wash the dishes we ate off of, and wash our clothes that we wore, and the chemicals were right on our skin. And, you know, the lemon fresh furniture polish that we inhaled deeply into our lungs, and the bathroom cleaner that needed to be aired out before we could breathe, all that stuff. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the potentially harmful ingredients in our common cleaners, laundry soaps, dish soaps. It's not good, right? I'm just going to go quick through it. It's all the chemical stuff. Sorry, but this is just so you get an idea of what's in this stuff that we're using on a regular basis. So phthalates are possible endocrine disruptors that can change hormone levels and cause birth defects. They can interfere with intellectual development of babies and children and may cause preterm labor. They also have been shown to be associated with allergies, insulin resistance, and diabetes and obesity. Triclosan has been associated with higher rates of allergies to both food and skin allergens. It can increase and decrease both estrogen and testosterone and is known to pass into blood, urine, and breast milk. Even worse, it can react with chlorine in our water supply and form a byproduct that, when exposed to the sun, is converted into dioxins. And dioxins are known to be toxic to animals and fish and birds. 2-butoxyethanol has been shown to cause skeleton defects in fetal rats and can inhibit coordination. Perchloroethylene is a central nervous system depressant, neurotoxin, and is a class 2 carcinogen. Ammonia. People who get a lot of ammonia exposure, like housekeepers, will often develop chronic bronchitis and asthma, or kids eventually will continually find themselves croupy after spending a few days or a few weeks in daycare, elementary school, or other places where they use ammonia. Quats, or quaternary ammonium compounds, are found in fabric softener liquids and sheets, as well as most household cleaners labeled antibacterial. So they find that people who are exposed to these quats on a regular basis develop asthma as a result. Chlorine and sodium hydroxide, all very irritating to the skin and lungs, and may have other harmful effects on the body. So that's just touching the surface of the bad stuff in the cleaners. To protect your family, you want to start making changes in your home and start with the biggest offenders first. You want to pick a cabinet, get everything out, pull it out, and go to environmental working group. And I'll put that link in the description. Look up what you're using and see what they're rated and start to replace the worst ones first. You can also replace them as you use them up. It's just up to you how you want to do this. So let's get to all the Thieves, right? So this is the Thieves household cleaner. This is going to replace every single bottle underneath your kitchen sink. Everything. It doesn't contain any of the harmful ingredients that we just mentioned. Instead, it has naturally derived plant-based ingredients that are non-toxic. Not only is it an amazingly green cleaner, it's also multi-purpose. It can be used on virtually any surface in your home, your office, including fabrics, upholstery, carpet, floors, walls, dishes, and more. Toilets. And the reason it can do so much is because it's so concentrated, it can be diluted down to meet any needs. So if you want to clean glass, windows, or fabric, you simply put 1 capful in 3 cups of water. For wood or vinyl, you just put 1 cap to 2 cups of water. For heavy duty jobs, you can use 1 capful and 1 cup of water. So it lasts forever. And I give samples out and the bottle lasts forever. It's cost effective. So it's $22, but you get 29 bottles for light cleaning. And so it's going to last you at least half a year. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Now, the Thieves dish soap is a great way to remove potentially harmful substances from around your food. It's a plant-based formula that contains thieves and citrus essential oils and gentle surfactants that lift grime away from the dishes, and a salt derived from milk or coconut oil that can help moisturize your hands while you wash it. So this is so concentrated, I get 4 bottles out of 1. So it's super economical. The Thieves laundry soap prevents bad chemicals from coming on your clothes through skin contact. So here it is. This lasts forever. You just need half a capful for regular washes. It's plant-based. It's got a plant-based surfactant, has no SLS, dyes, petrochemicals, formaldehyde, phosphate, synthetic perfumes, or optical brighteners. So you just need half capful, quarter capful if you've got a high efficiency washer. And so you can get 64 loads of laundry out of it. Crazy. It has natural enzymes to help chew through that grime on your clothes. And additional to Thieves, it's got jade, lemon, and bergamot. It smells amazing. Thieves spray is a simple way to carry the power of thieves with you on the road. So I have it with me when I travel to spray everything down in the airplane, doorknobs, toilet seats, clothing, whatever. It contains denatured alcohol, water, coconut oil, and thieves essential oil. Now, this is the Thieves whitening toothpaste. They also have the Aroma Bright and Dentarome, and I can't remember what the other one is. But anyway, they're all amazing. It's just one product in the group of Thieves oral care products, including their mouthwash and dental floss. And they whiten, they brighten, they create an alkaline environment. And the mouthwash also has colloidal silver. So it is great to gargle with to help support your oral cavity immune system. They're gentle, strong. They slowly release essential oils throughout the day, giving you fresh breath. And these Aroma Bright and all of their toothpaste are free from fluoride, triclosan, sodium lauryl sulfate, propylene glycol, saccharin, synthetics, artificial colors, dyes, and genetically modified ingredients. So with fluoride, just a brief thing on that, why we don't want fluoride. It's because it can concentrate in the bones and joints and cause fluorosis. It can potentially lead to bone fractures. It's been loosely linked to arthritis, cancer, cardiovascular disease, endocrine changes, stomach upset, and harm to fertility. It accumulates in the pineal gland, and this can cause issues with the sleep-wake cycle by altering melatonin output. Young girls exposed to fluoride can also start puberty and menstruation earlier because of the changing low levels of melatonin. Sodium lauryl sulfate has been linked to cancers, neurotoxicity, skin irritation, and endocrine disruption, and propylene glycol is an issue. It's a great way to remove potentially harmful toxins from your daily routine. All right, the hot topic of the day is hand sanitizer. So here it is. This is a small 1 ounce version. There's a larger version too that should be out any day. It contains 70% isopropyl alcohol, so this is more than the recommended 60% from the CDC to kill germs, as well as aloe vera to prevent your hands from drying out. I talked about the Thieves mouthwash. It's intense, but it's you don't need a lot. It's got cinnamon vitality oil and clove vitality oil in it. It's free from alcohol, synthetic dyes, and artificial flavors. It's safe for kids and teens. And then we've got the Thieves hand soap. So I just took this from my bathroom, right? We've got it in all the bathrooms. It's free from harmful ingredients, including sulfates, dyes, and other harsh chemicals that we've already discussed, as a brighter aroma because of the addition of lemon and orange essential oils. The hand pump gives a foaming action, which is also recommended for washing your hands for the COVID-19. And then when you're done, this is the refill, so you don't have to buy another bottle. Other Thieves products: bar soap, cough drops and lozenges, dental floss, dishwasher powder, mints, fruit and veggie wash, and Thieves wipes. So a ton of things for you. So hopefully, do you feel like you have a greater awareness of what is in your household? If you're out there, give me a thumbs up. Let me tell you, so what is the best way to get started with ditching the poisonous toxic chemicals in your home and switching to Thieves? What that's going to look like is the Thieves starter kit. So what comes in the Thieves starter kit is, and this is for new members. Well, actually, you can buy this too if you're already a member. You just place a regular order. But if you are a new member and you don't have a Young Living membership yet, this is a great way to get started. So you get a 15 bottle of Thieves. You get the Aroma Bright toothpaste, so not the whitening, but the Aroma Bright. You get a mouthwash. You get 2 household cleaners. So that's like a year's supply. I'm not kidding. You get 2 hand soaps, so 2 of these bottles. You get 2 of the Thieves sprays. You get 3 of the hand purifiers, and this is pretty much the only way you can get it at the moment. You get a bottle of Stress Away, which is an essential oil blend. and some Thieves mints, and you also get 2 packages of Ningxia Red. I don't know where that went. I put it somewhere, but Ningxia Red is our super antioxidant puree that's got a 30,000 ORAC value. So I'm going to be talking about that next week. So tune in for that. So that is great to get into for new members. For existing Young Living members, if you didn't know this, there's a discounted bundle of Thieves on Essential Rewards. So you get the wholesale discount at 24%. You get 10 to 25% off your Essential Rewards order, and you get an additional discount because it's a bundle. And when they bundle things together, they give you a little break. So that's definitely, if you're already a member, the most affordable way to get Thieves in every room of your home. And that bundle is only $118. So for those of you not familiar with Essential Rewards, it's Young Living's optimal monthly wellness program. And it's a great way to systematically ditch all your household and body care products you're using while earning points back for free products. So I'll put a link in the description for or more information, or you can email if you want to talk to me. So hopefully something in this class convicted you. Something hopefully hit you in the gut. Hopefully it kind of like you had an aha moment and opened your eyes. I know that when you experience these products, you're going to feel how clean your home is, and that feeling of not also adding to the toxic burden for you and your family. I want to come alongside you and train your friends and family in this toxin-free living, because you're going to fall in love with the Thieves products, and you're going to want a chemical-free life for your mom, your best friend, your coworkers, whomever. We're all in this together, right? We can't control what goes on in the outside world. It's up to us to decide what we bring into our home. So if you're ready to take the lead